So the Trump agenda, the economic agenda about corporate tax reform, infrastructure, regulatory reform is the right agenda for growth. Okay, corporate taxes have been driving capital and brains in companies overseas for a decade. It's caused huge damage in investment, in jobs, and productivity, and it was a mistake. We have to fix it. And counterintuitive, that usually helps middle-class wages and lower wages and job formation, okay? The second is regulatory. You talk to anyone involved in business, and forget banks and big companies, talk to small companies. Just do it yourself, don't ask me. Because, but they'll tell you it's crippling to them about their formation. This small business formation is the lowest it's ever been in a major recovery in America. And it's really for two reasons, okay? One is regulations, and the second is access to capital for people starting new businesses. And those are both related to regulation a little bit. And then infrastructure. I mean, I don't know, you might be shocked to find out. We haven't built a major airport in 20 years, okay? China built 75 in the last 10 years. It takes 10 years to get all the permits to build a bridge today. 10 years? What happened to the good old can-do America? Get it done, work together. We've become this bureaucratic, stifling environment. And I'm not talking about violating environmental things. I'm talking about building the bridge, getting things going, getting people work together. Even some of my friends noticed there was a bridge in Cambridge that was being built across the Charles River, and it was a teeny little bridge. It took 6 years. Don't tell me that's not corruption. I don't care how you meant. That's corruption. There's something wrong with that.
And are you confident that some of those regulations, what you described, are going to be addressed, and that we're going to start with this administration fixing some of these issues?
I think the first thing to do is acknowledge what some of the problems are. I think they've got real professionals on the ground, deeply respected both on the national security state side and the economic side, and they're just staffing up, so let them go at it. Remember, it won't be up to them. They have to work out with Congress and Democrats and Republicans, but I think a lot of these things that are good for all of America, we should get the Congress, whether you're Democrat or Republican, say, let's get those things done. Those are good for all of Americans. A lot of these things have hurt average Americans. So when they look at a bank and they say, well, the banks are speaking their own game, I am telling you, and I gave an example in my chairman's letter about mortgages alone, what we've done in mortgage land, our inability to have proper regulation around mortgages, have hurt average Americans. Okay, the people, first-time buyers, immigrant buyers, prior defaults, self-employed, because they can't get a mortgage. Okay, it's not because, and again, will it make a big difference to JPMorgan Chase? No, but you're hurting my fellow citizens. Let's go at it and say, is that true? If it's true, let's fix it. And it is true, and anyone who looks at it would know it's true. Anyone who's been in the business knows it's true.
Do you feel with the pro-business administration that you and other CEOs have more of a voice now to get these things changed?
Yeah, I think the administration is talking to everybody, and so they're talking to CEOs, but they're talking to unions. I've been told that the president has Democrats and Republicans over for lunch and dinner in Air Force One. As the head of the BRT, the CEO, who's Josh Bolton, who we recently hired, and I met with a whole bunch of unions, about what we could do this better for everybody. It was a great meeting. We're going to continue on. We're going to try to get people working together to fix these problems. It takes collaboration. It's not going to work. We all hate each other.